Hello, hello. Welcome to Davison After Dark, the live interactive talk show from my living room straight to yours, broadcast typically in front of the fan wall. So today we are talking about every YouTuber's worst fear, other than not earning any money and not gaining any subscribers or losing subscribers. It's getting strikes. Now, in the past, YouTube used to only give people strikes if they did one of two things: broke the community guidelines, and we'll get to that in a second, or violated copyright and got a copyright takedown notice. Now what YouTube is doing, unfortunately, is that they are issuing strikes preemptively, meaning if they suspect that your video may contain sensitive content, not just content that may be sensitive to advertisers, but content that may damage the reputation of YouTube, or content that may promote or perpetuate false news, hoaxes, or crisis actors, or notions that there's such a thing as crisis actors, or conspiracies. YouTube will issue your videos strikes first, and then it's up to the reviews team or the appeals team to determine if the strike is valid. So it's kind of a new form of cleaning up the platform, but in a way, it's also censorship in an unprecedented way. Now, I'm not saying that the people that have videos about ridiculous conspiracy theories or really offensive beliefs about crisis actors being employed, which is absolutely preposterous and disrespectful to those who have suffered tragedies. But it used to be that you had to do really egregious things in order to get strikes on YouTube, like upload pornography, upload sexual acts, upload very obvious hate speech. But now everything more is falling into the gray zone of, if YouTube thinks that your video might tarnish their public image or might be politically offensive or might be risky, they'll just take it down and issue you a strike. And the way that they do this is now they input keywords into a bot that scans all of YouTube's videos and will just presume, based on keywords or keyword combinations, that your video is likely to be something that they no longer want on the platform. And they're doing this now without warning. Like, there's no warning, hey guys, you have to clean up your old videos. It was okay in the past to have unpopular political beliefs or to do things like pranks where people puke, but now it's not. They haven't done that at all. Creators have adapted to the ever-changing advertiser-friendly guidelines, but now what YouTube creators need to start to pay attention to is whether or not their videos are offensive and potentially damaging, like I'm repeating myself, to the reputation of YouTube itself. So I now know of 4 different creators who have gotten preemptive strikes or strikes on content that they never would have been striked for even 2 or 3 months ago. And if you are a creator, all I can say to you is that if you have racy thumbnails, if your content is controversial, if you voice unpopular or unscientific or unproven opinions about other people, political figures, current events, please consider deleting those videos, because you are going to likely within the next 2 months wake up to, if not one strike, multiple strikes on your account. And now too, if they don't give you a strike, they will age restrict your videos for potentially not being appropriate for general audiences. So it's no longer that your content has to be R-rated. If it's not general audience, they will give it an 18 plus age gate. So you're lucky now, actually, if you get an age gate, because at least you don't have any strikes impacting your ability to operate your account. And know that you're not alone. If you have recently got a strike and you found this video, yes, it's the new normal. First thing you need to do is appeal the strike. Second thing you need to do is go through your video library and go, do I have any other similar content that YouTube may view the same way? If it could encourage minors to do something risky, if I took a risk to do it, like, I don't know, we were slapping each other challenge. Like my buddy was slapping me and I was slapping my buddy. I mean, I never did that. I'm just using this as an example. Think about how a very conservative, person would interpret that video. And if it's violent or if it's in any way results in mental or physical harm, delete it. Take it down. Don't even wait. Don't wait. Don't wait till you get the strike. Don't do it. Everything you upload to YouTube now has to be general audience. It has to. So it's not even the advertisers that you have to appease anymore. It's YouTube itself. YouTube is no longer an open platform where you can upload anything. Do you understand? Like, do you understand? Because I don't think people understand this because YouTube hasn't made it clear. But I am, because I'm always ahead of the curve. Ahead of the curb. Getting kicked to the curb. Letting you know now what I know. So buy free and open YouTube. It's gone. It's over. The first chapter of YouTube has concluded. We're on to the second chapter. And the second chapter of YouTube is general audience. Now I'm going to go to the audience now and talk to you guys. I lost some people. What sucks about this is that YouTube's just using language to determine if you're guilty before proven innocent. So if you unwittingly put something that's on their blacklist in your title tags or descriptions, you could wake up to an unwarranted strike. And I don't think YouTube's handling this the right way. I think that they should force private people's problematic videos, kind of like we have the demonetized status. I think what YouTube needs to do now is to have this forced private status, which they are using for larger YouTubers, wherein your video gets locked until it's determined whether or not it's still allowed on the platform, and not give people strikes for old videos, because that's not fair. Changing the rules now and penalizing people for old videos against new rules that didn't apply when they created the old videos it's completely unfair. The fair thing to do would be to force private and lock those videos and then allow the creators an opportunity to delete problematic material instead of just penalizing them and giving them a strike that screws them effectively for 3 months or more. I know, again, though, in the case of like severe violations of community guidelines, like things that are dangerous and violent, et cetera, like drinking bleach or something, or like I said, some terrible, horrific hate speech. Yes, give the person a strike. But in all other cases of problematic content, I think YouTube, owes it to us to lock videos and allow us the chance to delete things. But because they are not doing that, I will repeat what I said before. And again, I have to go to your comments. Delete any video or change the metadata of any video that you think is problematic and don't have racy or offensive or controversial thumbnails. Make everything clean. G-rated YouTube. It's G-tube, not YouTube. I totally lost a bunch of people. Okay, sorry, guys. Amber Dawn said, before the YouTube partner announcement last year, they were demonetizing my balcony view photos. Really? That's crazy. Literally just footage of the sky and balcony. Date as a title. That was all it took consistently. You know why they did that, Amber? Because they make the evaluation of our video all metadata based, meaning the metadata is the information contained in the title, tags, video description, and in the audio transcripts that the computer automatically transcribes and interprets from the audio in our video. So the speech in our video or language. And because it had insufficient evidence, meaning they were just photos and there was just a date, they presume, back to what I said before, they presume guilt instead of innocence. So less data means a higher risk of not being able to properly grade it. So they'll just err on the side of caution and demonetize. So Amber said I had to click resubmit for monetization. I make the most boring non-whatever vlogs. Yeah, well, you have to provide the YouTube bot more information, sadly. So you would have to put balcony photo set 1 or balcony photo montage, and then you would probably be fine. But because you just put a date, we are always guilty as creators on YouTube first, and then we need to prove our innocence. And we're proving our innocence usually to call center employees who are grading thousands of pieces of content a day, who frequently get it wrong, unfortunately. And YouTube also wants to issue more strikes now, I believe. This is my theory, because they want creators to self-police. They want us to know that enough of our friends have been hit by strikes that we start doing what I just told you to do and going through our old libraries and hitting the delete button or changing thumbnails and then changing our behavior moving forward. Because creators clue in eventually, and they usually modify their behavior if they start seeing their peers being persecuted or suffering losses. So it's very psychologically manipulative. It's unfortunate, but this is the way that it goes, because we have not unionized as creators, and we can't go to YouTube and say what I just said and say, hey guys, lock the videos you think are problematic that are our old videos. And then we can have an evaluation and just at least give us the chance to delete, as opposed to giving us strikes. But we haven't reached that point yet. And there hasn't been an outcry for creators demanding for that. I wish there would be, because I think it's just fair. It's not unreasonable to say, can we fix this by you guys just saying there's a problem, but then giving us the opportunity to fix it instead of just sending us to prison? Like, makes sense to me. Unless it's a severe violation, as I said before. I hope I've made sense, guys. I've been kind of tired lately. I've been exercising more, trying to get into shape. I think it's taking a bit out of me. Plus, I've been working on 1,000,001 projects. But what else is new? That's my life. So Amber said, yet with more info, they would still hit us as they prepared to roll out of whatever they did after the Adpocalypse 3. Look at the big prize they're giving Logan Paul. Money, money. Even YouTubers feel like they're losers now. Big YouTubers feel like they're losers now. I think we are put into no choice, because what's the alternative platform at this point? Nothing. Hey, Alden. Hey, Sean, by the way, and hello, Efrain. I kind of yelled that. Sorry if I can't tell the volume of my microphone. No, it's fine, Amber. I appreciate that you're here to have the discussion. Well, okay, I'll tell you guys what the alternatives are. My alternative has become Patreon and Vimeo. I pay for Vimeo Pro, which is amazing. I fully recommend paying the $120 or $200 a year. I don't know how much I'm paying, but it's worth it. You can also charge for rentals on Vimeo. I haven't started uploading my rental library there yet, but I will. But you can upload whatever you want. I think for the most part, with the exception of hardcore pornography, onto Vimeo if you pay. And on Patreon, you're allowed to upload, again, most content, except for anything that could be interpreted as like hate speech or like supremacist views, which naturally that shouldn't be on Patreon. And you even are allowed mild sexual content on Patreon, provided there's no sexual activity. So, yeah, the alternative is to charge your viewers for access to content that's no longer allowed on the platform. Or if you don't want to charge, then just pay for your Vimeo membership and upload directly to Vimeo. Will that generate as much popularity? Probably not, because there's not as many people just visiting Vimeo day to day. But if you have a pre-existing audience, it's a way for you to continue the same style of content you've always had, and then look for alternative ways to fund your content. Because at this point, let's just be perfectly honest, ad revenue is dead. I've never earned less ad revenue in my entire career on YouTube. I'm getting more views than I've ever gotten. I have more subscribers than I've ever had. I am making less ad revenue. So I just don't even think of ad revenue as a viable revenue stream anymore. So it's okay for me to develop this next, this alternative hosting service on Patreon via using Vimeo. And I guess that's also how it's allowed me sort of more or less to accept the fact that I have to tone it down and be more general audience and censor myself even more on YouTube. Do I like censorship and what it can do to culture? No. And freedom of speech? No. Do I like what it could do to art? No. But for now, there are still alternatives, and you just have to use them smartly. And again, though, this video is my effort in speaking up and putting out there the suggestion that YouTube should force private or lock videos they think are problematic now, and give creators an opportunity to change with the times instead of just giving strikes, because that's a really bad way to modify our behavior. Maybe they just don't think that we'll self-police enough if we're not punished first, right? They really want to hit us hard, and maybe they think just locking it won't serve as much as enough of a deterrent. People will still do the edge play of they'll upload an offensive prank because they know that it'll just get locked. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that for old videos, not for new videos. But I feel like me as a mature creator who is operating and clearly operating in good faith, force locking my videos would be good enough. So if Efrain said, if YouTube keeps going this way, it's going, if YouTube keeps going the way it's going, Vimeo might start getting more traffic. Yeah, I agree. YouTube absolutely is opening itself up to more competitors with not looser standards, but less censorship. VidMe wanted to be that platform, but unfortunately VidMe couldn't find a way to stay profitable enough quickly, fast enough in order to provide that alternative. LiveLeak is still there. You can upload almost anything to LiveLeak. You can host your videos on your own website. Yeah, something's going to disrupt what's going on right now. But for now, this is the reality. If you want to play the YouTube game, you have to go by their ever-changing community guidelines, which, by the way, also, you as a creator, you need to stay on top of what those guidelines are, because they have changed every single week since the beginning of this year. And they're getting stricter and stricter and more towards family-friendly, general audience, non-offensive content only on the platform. Keep your dirt, your scandals, your crime, your hate, your sexiness off of YouTube. Chapter 1, Wild West of the internet, wild, crazy memeing, juvenile content, over, done, bam, boom. We are now in the Middle Ages of YouTube. Hi, Tim. So Sean says, what's interesting is YouTube got started by posting a non-blocked video of a wardrobe malfunction. Oh, that's interesting. Well, yeah, of course. And look at me. I mean, most YouTubers started by offering controversy or controversial or edgy content first. And still to this day, my most controversial videos are the ones that are the most popular. My top 8 videos on my main channel, I would say 4 of them are now age restricted. And that's what audiences like. They don't want this boring shit. I guarantee you this fucking video is going to get 400 views and die because there's nothing crazy going on in it. But that said, I understand that advertisers have a specific image they want to uphold, and I understand they don't want to offend any potential consumer, so they naturally only want to advertise against content that cannot offend a potential client. So you need to really water it and tone it down and keep it clean. I get that. So I'm willing to, as a professional on this platform, concede. And if I choose to be more artistic, I now have the ability to gently nod towards my Patreon or towards my Vimeo or Instagram, even as you're allowed a little bit more of an edge. As long as you don't show your nipples, you can show anything on Instagram. And as long as you're not touching yourself, you can show anything on Instagram. So I just point my audience this way. If you want that side of me, go there. If you want this side of me, stay here. And I'm going to work with this platform, massage my old library, delete, change, modify thumbnails until I'm perfectly compliant. I don't even want to fight anymore. Maybe I'm at the age where I'm like, no, I get it. I get where we're going. I'm not going to fight this. Again, though, I will offer the suggestion to YouTube, please just start locking our videos if they're problematic instead of preemptively issuing us strikes. It's not fair, especially for old content. And then allow us the opportunity to delete, please. Unless you're a big money maker, they just okayed more Logan Paul. Well, Logan Paul's still not running any ads, which is why he's producing less content. But Logan's still on the platform because he hasn't broken enough rules to be permanently deleted, nor would it be fair to delete him or anyone for that matter. Though you're right that YouTube would be more inclined to delete a smaller YouTuber with 3 strikes instead of giving them a chance, partially because they may not even have any actual human contacts that work at YouTube's head office. Alden says ad-friendly tube. That's exactly what we're headed towards. Can you buy so Brick Girl says, can you buy a protection amulet like a necklace to protect you from the bad luck of YouTube? That's what I do. Yeah, actually I have an eye on my wall, that the hand that with the eye on it that protects you, wards off the evil eye. I have that on my wall. It's actually right by the YouTube sticker. I would love to show that to you, but I literally can't. Here, I'll take a picture of it with my phone. Just give me a second, guys, because I can't turn my monitor around. Like literally I'm broadcasting from my iMac. So hold on a second. I'll take a picture and show it to you. Come on, computer. There we go. Oops, no, wrong way. This is what I have on my wall. So above my light switch, I have a YouTube sticker, the old Vimeo logo, RIP Vimeo, and me warding off the evil eye. There you go. So it's already been done. Hi, Antonio. So Stan said, why is YouTube being so, I'll just say, why is YouTube being so crazy about content right now? Because they have developed a strategy to basically psychologically manipulate, for lack of a better explanation, creators into compliance with new community standards so that YouTube can remain immaculately appealing to advertisers. As a financial self-preservatory move, YouTube has decided that the best way to get content that is monetized or content that exists, period, on the platform to be on the up and up, they are going to issue strikes first and then allow creators to appeal and then have the strikes encourage creators to make safer and safer and more general audience content. Did I explain that well? Because I kind of interrupted my own thoughts as I was saying that, trying to use my fancy words. So Amber Dawn says, but without the creators and the communities they have, there won't be much to watch that would be available for ads to go on. I agree. And I agree that it's a loss to water down our content and to never be edgy and to never have a sense of humor and to never have fun and to be misinterpreted and to feel persecuted and to be thrust into a system where it's guilty first until proven innocent. And, you know, basically it's very easy as a creator to feel like YouTube's turned their back on us now and that it's a very hostile, volatile environment. But we have nothing we can do but to speak up when we see that policy has become problematic on YouTube. And if we want to remain in the system, we have no option but to change and to see it from their side and to see the juggling act they're going through. But they absolutely could be handling it better, I believe. But you are David against Goliath. And I don't know. I'm going to try to help people through education and very calm advocacy. So Tim says it's like the beginning of a dystopian novel where everyone is censored and oppressed and we all wear gray. You are a little bit right, and that's scary. Back to what I had said before about this is the dawn of internet censorship. And even though I don't agree with the idiots that talk about crisis actors and shit like Pizzagate, I think it's a slippery slope to prohibit these people from saying the ridiculous things they believe. Yeah, and it scares me for sure. But for now, again, we still do have the alternatives, like I said before, of Vimeo or LiveLeak. Reddit, you can upload videos. Facebook is more dicey. Facebook is just as testy and flag-oriented or ban-oriented as YouTube. Yeah, and as Efrain says, they're trying something like that. Oh, sorry, they're trying something. I thought he was saying YouTube is trying this new policy right now, but it may change over time. And that's what I also believe as well. YouTube's being very strict and very not authoritarian, disciplinarian right now. So they're being strict and disciplinarian and issuing all these strikes right now, but they might tone it down in a year, and they might realize that they've been too strict and too what's the word I'm looking for? Aggressive and improve things. But it's going to take time. And it's also going to take creators speaking up and making videos and saying, hey, you're going too far, YouTube. I don't think YouTube realizes that it's heading towards going too far right now. Or maybe they are intentionally going too far to, like I said before, train creators to realize that there's no benefit in creating risky content. So they're training creators to only create general audience content. And then they will strategically, intentionally tone it down and issue less strikes in a year when they believe they've corrected the problem, because it only takes a very finite amount of time to usually correct negative community behavior with the right kinds of incentives and disincentives. And Kinsel talked about this in his interview and he alluded to it in his interview with Neistat. And they employ people at these corporations, you guys know this, that analyze users, and they, like psychologists or psychiatrists, they analyze users and advise companies such as YouTube and Twitter and Facebook on how to basically control user behavior and get users to do what they want them to do, and get users to do what ends up being the most profitable actions on their websites, which is scary and is social engineering and is manipulative and is unethical, but they employ people to do this. So they've done this behavioral analysis on YouTube, and they've talked to the behavioral consultants, and they've come up with a behavioral action plan. I fully believe this. And that is what they are rolling out right now on YouTube in order to change the content that exists on the platform to what they want it to be, which is advertiser friendly only and non-controversial content only. So they preserve the integrity of the AdWords and AdSense system and the partner system. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all our sons commend. I felt compelled to sing the national anthem right now. With glowing hearts, we see thee rise, a YouTube strong and free. From far and wide, oh, strike land. We endure penalties for thee. How many countries besides the USA have YouTube Red? Still don't fully get how the money is split, but some of the money goes to how long you watch for. I know that's not it, but it's some of the income for creators. Sorry, Antonia, I'm paraphrasing you. How YouTube Red works is that YouTube takes the fee that people pay monthly, and they take a portion of that fee, and they calculate the number of watch time minutes that person has watched per month. And they take those watch time minutes as compared to the money they paid and pay out creators from the amount they paid per month, per the watch time that they watched. So like they do a division and say, like, I watched out of my $10 fee, the $5 goes to YouTube, the $10 is for the watch time minutes pool. Say I watched 2 minutes of Davison's content. So it's 2 minutes out of the $10 worth of the $10 fee or the payment for viewing content. So then I'll get, say, I don't know, like 10 cents, because that is the proportion of the total watch time minutes that person watched. I know that sounds like, I really hope I explained that well, because I really don't feel like I did. So they pay us based on a portion of the money, which is the total watch time that a specific user watched. Okay, so sorry. Amber said, merchandise and Patreon and sponsorships are how big you bid up and how blah, blah, blah. My mouth is not working. Merchandise and Patreon and sponsorships are how big YouTubers are surviving now. Well, I mean, how I'm surviving is when you guys send me tips. And by the way, there's a new system on YouTube where you can buy like internet connected devices, and I can set it up so that if you guys pay me a specific amount, things will happen with my internet connected devices. So like say the lights back there will turn on if someone pays me $5, or I could buy confetti cannon that if you pay me $20, the confetti cannon goes off. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, I survive via super chat tips, and my Patreon has nearly $300, $300 more than that, 300 paid patrons at a minimum of $10 per month. So that's how I'm making the majority of my money. And I was also making money via YouTube rentals, but I have almost deleted all of my YouTube rentals because the YouTube rental program ended this year. And I will be eventually migrating that to Vimeo. So people will have the option to either pay me a flat fee of $10 a month for all of my content on Patreon, or if they want to do video to video, they can then rent through Vimeo. So I do feel lucky and blessed that I am still able to make a living at this. And I will continue to use my smarts and create quality products that will enable me to continue and monetize as best I can. I'm not selling merch right now. That's one thing that I have neglected because I don't really have a passion for stuff, but that should eventually come soon. But that doesn't fix the problem of YouTube censoring and controlling content on the platform through issuing overly punitive preemptive strikes. You know what I'm saying? Did I go to the dentist today? Oh, thank you, Efrain. Efrain, you are now the prettiest girl in the room. No, it's not Efrain. Am I doing it right, Efrain? Efrain. I gotta work on that. Ooh, that was loud. I lost two people. They're like, we're not listening to this. What the frick is she doing? Efrain, can you please send me a little voice message of you saying Efrain to my email? And so I'll listen to it. Just like record a voice note on your phone and then email davisonvideo@gmail.com with the little voice file so I can properly pronounce your name. Here you go, Efrain. There's my dance. Victory dance. Am I still allowed to victory dance on YouTube? Everyone, tell me. Hit the like button if you think I'm still allowed to victory dance on YouTube. Hit the dislike button if you think that I'm going to get a strike for victory dance. F. Oh, F. F. You already hit the like button. Well, thank you, Sean. Okay, so what else have you guys said? Just a minute. Have I made sense, guys? I frequently am detached from whether or not I'm making sense because I'm too focused on being articulate or trying to be articulate. People are like, you try too hard. You try to sound so posh, but you're actually stupid and juvenile and immature. Go away. Please go away. I'm issuing you a strike. Comments. I wish I could issue certain commenters strikes. That would be fun. Bzz, strike button. Who am I going to strike in the chat tonight? Not a Frain. You're safe. Amber, do you feel like a... No, I'm not going to be mean to Amber. I'm teasing you. Brit Girl, Eldon, Danny. Oh, hi, Danny. Oh, hello, Green Dragon. Oh, Gun. Hold on a second. Gum. What is Gum saying? There's a lot of shady crap on YouTube. Yes, there is a lot of shady stuff on YouTube. There's a lot of shady policy on YouTube, but it's all behavioral engineering right now. And if you want to stay a professional creator, you better start to comply and complain if you think they've gone too far. And YouTube does eventually respond to complaints, but there has to be a lot of people making a lot of noise. Because it seems like YouTube responds to the group that makes the most noise or the group that makes them the most money. But the noise really does affect YouTube. So here's my little rumble in the noise pool. How many dislikes do I have? Because I only see 6 likes. I see 17 viewers and 6 likes. So how many dislikes from the people who think I'm going to get penalized? By the way, guys, too, I want to invest in some sort of like proper webcam and like overlay like they have on Twitch. And maybe I'll simulcast between YouTube and Twitch. So that I can have like those cute little like sidebars and like, you know, make sounds or little gifs every time I get a donation. You can set all that up. I don't know how to do that yet. I haven't educated myself. I need to do that. Oh, 0 dislikes. Oh, that's cool. We've got a lot of lurkers. So do you guys have any questions? Have I made sense? Do you want to talk more about YouTube strikes? I do not currently have any strikes, but I have more age restrictions. I now know, like I said before, 8 friends who have strikes. And I had advised a couple of the friends a couple weeks ago. I'm like, dude, I think you should delete some of your videos. And dude's like, nah, I think it's going to be okay. I'm just going to keep flying under the radar. And none of these people, by the way, deserve the strikes that they've gotten. They really don't. They don't. So that's what makes it even worse. But I see how YouTube could interpret the titles of their videos as potentially sensitive. He's like, nah, I'm just gonna roll with it, because sometimes you do have to play that kind of game with YouTube where you know, walk the thin line. Or you toe the line or whatever. But yeah, they could have avoided it by just being very critical of their past libraries. Though some of them were just blindsided, like Reckless Eating was completely blindsided, and in the middle of the night they got a strike on an old video for a vomiting compilation because YouTube all of a sudden decided without telling anyone that you can't puke in a YouTube video anymore. And I feel very sorry for them. A green screen burqa, so it just looks like a pair of floating eyes. That's what I should be wearing right now. That would be offensive, though. Would you guys like to just look at my eyes? Would you still watch me if all you could see was my eyes? This is me on YouTube now. I read an article today, by the way, guys, that it claims, and it just seems a little bit casually racist, that said that the reason why the one behavioral trait that people with blue eyes all have is I'm not going to say this right. Hold on. Let me just read it because I'm just going to fuck it up. I'm tired. So Amber says, my library goes back to 2006. A lot has changed since then. Yeah, just like I have thousands of videos that have been uploaded to YouTube. So I'm like now going through my video library and going, okay, what's offensive wording? So let's look up, I don't know, boobs. Oh, these videos have boobs in them. Oh, got to do something about that. Or, oh, you know, and change the thumbnail or delete accordingly. And it's not because I feel like I should be deleting anything, because I really don't think I have ever crossed the line. I've certainly never been hateful on YouTube. I've been slightly provocative and slightly sexy, but I feel that even if some of my stuff is outrageous, it's never hurt anyone. I've just made a fool of myself or exposed myself, not other people. Hello, Mr. So Bitchy. Okay, so let me look up what the article I read about eyes today. So people with blue eyes. Study. Thank you for not pulling that up. Study behavioral traits. Oh, there we go. So people with blue eyes all have this personality trait in common. It seems that people with lighter eyes are more likely to be egocentric, competitive, and skeptical, while those on the other end, such as brown, tend to be more sympathetic and altruistic. So what's more, it seems that blue-eyed females are more likely to be noticed by their male counterparts. So the rare color advantage of light-eyed females is that it's likely to increase the chance of being noticed by a male, Moreover, competitive personality traits such as wanting to beat others and being skeptical of others' intentions secure the long-term commitment necessary for self and offspring survival. Wait a second. Well, what? Okay, what? Back to this being casually racist. What about all the people in China? There's a billion people in China. They're far more successful at reproducing than and developing a complex society with multiple individuals than we have been in North America. We are far less populous, and not all people with brown eyes, which basically are other races, are less competitive or aggressive or less attractive. I just think this is just stupid. I think it's just another one of those stupid studies. Am I competitive, aggressive, and noticed by males? Maybe. Hi, Chant. Like, damn it, I am competitive, aggressive, and noticed by males. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. It's stupid. It's racist. It's Eurocentric. It's because mainly, with the exception of Afghans, only white people have blue and green eyes for the most part, unless you're biracial. But like, it's just dumb. It's saying, oh, they're more agreeable. Anyone on the brown scale is always more agreeable. It's such bullshit. It just makes me angry. Anyhow, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that people with blue eyes or light eyes are more likely to be more competitive and egocentric? I mean, I am egocentric. I can't argue with that. But I think most people nowadays are pretty egocentric. And by the way, we have now moved from the original topic of conversation, which is that YouTube is now issuing strikes first and then evaluating the validity of those strikes once creators appeal, and that YouTube is now moving more and more towards ensuring that creators only upload general audience content to the platform. And if your content is not general audience, you can face and will face additional age restrictions and potentially strikes on YouTube. So my advice is to go through your old library of content. And if you have racy thumbnails or violent thumbnails or racy or violent metadata, so title, tags, and description, modify them. And if the videos contain that sort of material, please consider deleting that content, because if it doesn't happen to you now, in a few weeks or a few months' time, the bot will run over and evaluate your entire channel, and you may get a bunch of strikes, and you may even lose your channel altogether. And that is the new normal on YouTube. YouTube is no longer an open video platform where you can upload anything. Its goal is to be a general audience, fully advertiser-safe platform, and socially neutral, and socially agnostic, and politically agnostic, but veering towards more liberal friendly, which I guess isn't a bad thing, but more liberal friendly media. Can't fuck around with the YouTube anymore. Don't be a dank meme lord. Don't engage in edge play. Don't walk the fine line. Don't play tango with YouTube's community guidelines. So back to what we were talking about light eyes, dark eyes. Gone Gaming says, wait, what happened? Nothing happened to me. I had yet another friend of 8 friends get another strike tonight on an old video. And it has become apparent to me that YouTube is now issuing more strikes in order to behaviorally engineer the platform, or engineer the creators on the platform to self-select towards general audience content. So if creators become aware that a lot of their peers have gotten strikes which harm and limit our accounts for a minimal a period that is minimum of 3 months, that we will decide that it's not worth it to have anything risky in our content libraries. And instead of doing what would be fair, which is force privating our videos or locking them and then allowing us the ability to delete videos if they're problematic, YouTube is just issuing the strikes so that we all start to just select towards general audience content only as the product we produce and upload to YouTube. Strikes, best way to send a message, right? It's like what can I draw? What parallel can I draw? It's like when they used to engage in ritual sacrifices, or like when someone's made an example of. YouTube's making an example of people right now, and then the rest of the people start to take notice of what happened to the person that was, violated the rules. I think there's a better way to describe that. I'm going to my brain will analyze it and come up with a better explanation. But you know what I'm saying? When it's not ritual sacrifices, but exactly. They make an example of someone. They purposely, publicly say stone someone because it serves as a deterrent for everyone else. Because it's this public punishment. So Holmes says only iDubbbz can pull off anything these days. Even iDubbbz I don't doubt that iDubbbz might already have one strike. And he hasn't uploaded recently. Have you noticed that? What about Mr. Cringe Naked Guy? Oh yeah, the guy that I drew. Oh, his channel's going down. There is no way that dude is going to last for another year on YouTube. We could take bets, Mr. Bitchy. Okay, I'll bet $5 his channel goes down. And if you want, you can bet $5 it'll stay up. And so let's just give it 6 months. And then if it's still up in 6 months, I'll pay you $5 on PayPal. Deal? I would, except I don't have $5. Okay, well, then it'll just be for me. So I'm making the bet that his channel is going to go down because I don't think you're allowed to vlog naked anymore on YouTube, with zero censorship whatsoever. And not only that, he vlogs about controversial subjects while naked. And his entire channel is about that. It's not just 1 or 2 videos. Okay, so everybody, okay, fine. Sean and Mr. So Bitchy, the $5 is on. 6 months, his channel's gone. If it's not gone, then I owe you guys both $5. Please send me your email addresses and just hold me to it. You'll have to follow up with me because I'm going to forget this. So Kumar says, the monopoly of YouTube should end. If some top video uploaders decide to make their own website, it might bring some leverage over YouTube. Well, Twitch is going to soon offer uploads like YouTube. Amazon is coming out with something. There's still Facebook. There's Vimeo. There's Dailymotion that I always forget about. Twitter has video. Twitter's still pretty open when it comes to pornography. I saw pornography on Twitter today. I was like, holy crap. One of my friends liked a tweet from this famous adult star, and I was like, she is holding his banana. I just saw a lady holding a man's banana on Twitter. Couldn't upload a video holding the bananas on YouTube. I was like, wow, I don't voluntarily look at adult material, believe it or not. I am not a consumer of adult material. Anything interesting happens in my mind, I don't want to look up that type of imagery. So I was like, oh, I was forced to look at some banana media today. Holding the banana. I didn't want to see this banana holding, but thank you. I'm glad you liked that tweet, friend, so that I could see the banana holding. Twitter can be a box of surprises with that. A friend like this, especially with relatives around. Yeah, imagine if I was also, I often no, sorry, someone just texted me. No, they do not want to pay me that much. Hold on a second. Twitter can be a box of surprise. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Yeah, often when I'm at a restaurant or at brunch, I'm I'll go through I'll go to upload a photo onto Instagram, and I have a few photos on my phone that are of me. And for some reason, they're always at the top because the date is weird because I edited them in Photoshop, and they're basically illicit images of me. And I'm always worried that the server is going to be like, what the fuck is she? Why is there a naked picture of her, 2 naked pictures of her wide open on her phone? Because my phone's not small, right? My phone's pretty big. Anyhow, whatever. Okay, did I talk? YouTube's going through a tough phase. Oh, hello, Holmes. Yes, it's really psychologically challenging to be a YouTuber right now, for sure, because I got 2 age restrictions over the weekend. And one was on a video that had its age restriction removed twice. So YouTube determined twice in the past 2 years that the video did not deserve an age restriction, yet they gave it a third age restriction this weekend. So I am under the constant stress of, oh no, when I open my emails, is there going to be that terrible email telling me that I got a strike and that I'll have to make a big deal and contact everyone I know at YouTube to fix it, and the only thing you can do is, like I said, is go through your old library, change problematic or racy thumbnails or provocative thumbnails, delete stuff that you think could be taken the wrong way, and hope for the best. And if you are unfairly penalized, yell, scream, make a lot of noise, write to everyone you know, and hopefully you can get it fixed, especially if you're someone like me or other creators that I know, where if you look at the rest of our content, it's clear that we are behaving in good faith. I really wish YouTube didn't presume that the majority of us creators are behaving and operating businesses in bad faith or in manipulative ways. We are not manipulators. We are creators first. And of course, creators are going to create content that gains them an advantage. And of course, audiences want stuff that's more sensational, exciting than boring and neutral. But that said, I think everyone at this point is willing to compromise if they are professionals. So I guess I just keep my mental game strong and I think positively. I try to radiate positive energy. I try to be productive, proactive. And that's really all you can do. And no business is without struggle. There's always some bullshit, or it's not one bullshit thing, there's another bullshit thing. You just have to deal with them as they the problems as they crop up. And even if I were to lose everything, which, knock on wood, I do not want to, and I would cry and I would feel destroyed, I will keep going on Patreon. Support me on Patreon I'm going to open another Patreon tier, by the way, that's like $2 that will contain as much of my previous content as I can upload, so that there is always an archive available for people who are diehard fans of mine that can never be censored and never be taken away, so long as Patreon doesn't completely change its community standards. But I'm never going to stop being a creator. I mean, if anything, all of this drama and instability has just served to remind me that, like, it's the art and the community and the relationship with you guys first that matters first. And the platform is just a place that we can find people to connect with and store our content. It's not the end all. It's not the be all. It's not the measure of your quality as an artist, whether or not you are an official YouTube partner abiding by official ever-changing YouTube guidelines. So the Slum Chemist said, YouTube's been going insane, deleting and striking channels. Says, yeah, that's what this broadcast is about. That even huge channels, all the channels that I know that have gotten strikes are large channels over 100,000 views or 100,000 subscribers. So being a large channel will not protect you anymore from any form of penalty on YouTube. And any age restrictions that were reversed in the past on YouTube, you can now get second or third age restrictions again, because they basically, it seems like they erased or deleted the history of age restriction reversals. I don't know. So thank you again for your $5, Efrain. Hi, Javier. So anybody have any questions? How am I doing? I'm fine. I've just been ranting for, I think, an hour. Yep. I'm like, it feels like I've been yakking for an hour. Yep, I sure have been yakking for an hour. It's 11. I'm heating up. I sang "Oh Canada." I talked about YouTube's system. This is not me complaining. This is just me reporting and offering solutions. What you bet on, Sean, is like, we are taking bets, or rather, I basically just made a bet. You guys don't owe me anything. So one unilateral bet that I bet you in 5 or 6 months, that guy who vlogs naked all the time and talks about controversy, that his channel will no longer exist on YouTube. I would be very surprised if YouTube doesn't, go after him within the next couple of months. Javier says, I like your photos on IG. Well, thank you. I'm trying to deliver higher and higher quality photos on IG and higher quality videos on YouTube. I'm glad you like them. I make them for you, and I make them for art and society and posterity and popularity. Alden says, you think maybe the YouTube creator industry is so saturated now that they're trying to clean house to bring more legitimacy to the monetary program? Yes. We are not a limited resource, right? We're only so limited. I mean, the top 1%, I suppose, is sort of limited, but not even. Seems like everybody and their mother is a YouTube creator. I feel like that's changing. In between them removing partnership status of smaller channels and them hiding content and issuing more strikes, I feel like less and less people are considering themselves. They don't feel welcome. But if you want to be in an industry, you have to just decide you're welcome. You know what I'm saying? And keep showing up, even if they're like, no, you don't belong here. You're like, you have to just be like, I'm sorry, you didn't, just like not listen to them. Like, what did you say? No, I'm here. You don't belong here. No, I'm here. I'm here. Hi. And they just keep saying hi, 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 hi. Oh, hi, hi, hi. And then you will become what you want to be. I've had to do that. I had to do that when I became an actor and a model in the traditional system. I've had to do it on YouTube. I will continue to do it. Just keep showing up. They say no, keep showing up. Learn their rules, play by the rules, maybe push boundaries a little bit, but keep going. No one's going to hand you anything. The Slim Chemist says, I'll donate to you when I get the chance. You deserve it. Well, thank you. Thank you. Everyone deserves it. Everyone deserves to be what they want to be, and everyone deserves to manifest their talents. And I feel like I'm a natural broadcaster, I'm a natural host, and I'm an artist and a creator. So whether or not YouTube changes all the rules, I'm still going to do that in whatever way I can online. Oh, I only have top chat. Oh no, I haven't been seeing all your chats, guys. What is YouTube doing? They filtered my chat. That sucks. I haven't seen everything you guys have said because it was on top chat instead of live chat. Oh, Raspergu said YouTube keeps changing the rules. Yeah, they do. Shant said hi. Hi, Shant. Sorry, I didn't see that because I had top chat. Why? I guess top chat and live chat matters if you're trying to filter out spam. So some chemist says not everyone deserves it. Okay, well, what do you mean? In the case of people who are abusive, they don't deserve to manifest their talents? Well, top chat and live chat, like somebody who had said hi twice, it filtered it out. Any sensitive words, it filters out. Like shit and porn. It didn't show me that we're talking about Chinese people being, it didn't show me that before. Afraid it didn't show me, oh God, YouTube's going to look like Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. So it's funny. It's funny what it decides. It's all language based. Like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, any decision that YouTube makes is automated by bots who just analyze language. And so they're like, oh, scared. That sounds like a sensitive word. Nope, that can't be in the top chat. And if somebody comments too frequently, it'll filter out like some of their comments because they want to control the stream so that we're not overwhelmed by the same person flooding the stream constantly. I mean, the broadcast, there isn't that many people here right now, so it's easier for me to like manage all the comments that are coming in. But I know once chats get larger, it's probably beneficial to have some degree of filtering. Okay, guys, do we have any more questions? Do we want to play dares? Do we want to do super chat dares? Are you guys creators? Because other than that, I think I'm going to go soon if there's nothing else, because I don't really have anything else to say. My throat is failing me. So Sean said, they do that here on my own. I get blocked when too many of my chats hit. Yeah, they only allow you to chat at a certain frequency. Yeah. So, Efrain, what's your comment, Efrain? Or question? So Tony says, I see top chat on my screen, but chats are crazy sometimes keeping track of anything else. So I think there's a limit on what you type every time. I don't know what you said. The rest of it doesn't make sense. There's a limit on what you type. I'll just end it there. So Slum Kim said, all right, good chat. I'm going to head out now. See ya. Bye, Slum. So for instance, what's the verified thing I see next to channel names? That's if you have over 100,000 subscribers, YouTube can verify your account as being like the official brand. I won't get that check mark on my main channel until I reach 100,000 subs. And the one good thing that did happen this weekend is that I got a boost in views. So I've gotten a resultant boost in subscribers, and now I'm at an all-time high number of subscribers that I've ever had on my main channel. I'm at 56,000, I don't know, 503 or something like that. Hold on a second. Let's take a look. My throat is hurting, people. Trying to catch up to the other Davison on YouTube, Alana Davison, who's a makeup artist. I want to be the bigger Davison on YouTube, or at least as big. That's my competitive streak, right? Because I have those blue eyes. So I'm up to 56,506. So that made me happy because I'm getting closer to the 100,000 that I want. Who's she? Alana Davison is just some chick from Calgary who's like 23, who talks in a voice like, hey guys, I found some new makeup, and I wanted to show you the new makeup that I found to do a date night tutorial. She's got this really like peaceful, soft voice, very understated presentation style, very girl next door, very neutral. And I guess it works for a lot of girls. They like her content. But YouTube also has been pushing her channel, I can tell, for the last 2 or 3 years. They've literally intentionally pushed her channel to gain subscribers and to give it good placement. She does have good thumbnails. She's a proficient makeup artist. But she's very, like I said before, she's very neutral, sensible, general audience style and makeup content producer. They all sound like that is kind of annoying. Well, I mean, Jeffree Star has a personality, right? Welcome back to my channel. Like, I feel like he should have a fragrance that's, he should have a fragrance, and the fragrance should be called Ultimate Bitch. Because I think that Jeffree Star is the ultimate bitch. And I mean that as a compliment. He's like, like, so bitchy dude, if you're still here, you're like the ultimate bitchy gay, powerful bitchy queen. That's what Jeffree Star is. No, some of them do, like, but yeah, I mean, I don't produce that style of content. I'm not naturally kind of a super hyper feminine woman who appeals first to women. I'm more intellectual and argumentative and et cetera, et cetera. So he does girl makeup too. Yeah. Jeffree Star does women's makeup. Guys on YouTube are all extra loud. It seems to work though for them, right? It seems like you need to be loud and energetic in order to attract and maintain an audience, especially if you're appealing to children. Children love it when people scream and are hyper. That's why Logan Paul was so successful. I feel like I've begun to forget about him more and more because he's producing less and less content. And the content that he's produced ever since he got all sorts of strikes, I find has been less entertaining. He literally looks upset. Like he seems visibly distressed. So it's kind of less appealing to watch. I don't know. Okay, guys, I'm going to let you go because it's late. It's now. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Have you said, what's your favorite song of all time? I don't have one. I like a variety of songs for different reasons. It's impossible for me to pick the best one. I'm growing up. What do you mean? That I have to go because it's late? Name one anyways. I don't know. What have I been listening to lately? I started to listen to J-Lo again. I was like, yeah, J-Lo and Pitbull. Yeah, on the floor. Live it up. Live it up. Go. Okay, guys. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later. Thank you for the super chat tip, Efrain. Consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/DavesonVideo. There will be a new cheaper tier soon, a $2 tier for general content that isn't risky. I will make an official announcement to that effect probably next week on my main channel. And hi, Red. Have a nice evening, and I will talk to you later. And hopefully I won't get any terrible surprises in terms of strikes. Hopefully they just age restrict me. And I never thought I would say that. But this is the way that YouTube is headed, and I have no control over it. Okay, bye.